Started.
My brother in Christ.
Welcome to another time of lunchtime.
Business lunch with Dirty Nice. What are you having for lunch today?
Fuck, I haven't actually done very well. I got
This is
this.
turning into a bit of a running theme, isn't it? That you don't have lunch ready.
Yeah,
Can
I
you guess
didn't.
what
I
I'm
forgot.
having? Can you guess what I'm having for lunch?
Yeah, fucking sandwich.
It's a freaking sandwich.
Nice.
It's like a
Got a couple
little
of
kid.
Crispos
It's
in there
like
as
a little
well.
kid's lunch.
Wow,
It's cheese, tomato, cucumber, a few
that's
little.
so funny. If you have a sandwich every day,
No, but I would if
even
I
at
could. Oh,
Christmas.
there's also actually jalapeno hummus in here.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I've got. I managed to find these in the bottom of my bag. We've got an arrangement of nuts. We've
Hmm.
got some Brazil nuts. Got a mix of questionable bits. A few rusty almonds,
Lovely.
and frutos secos, which means mixed nuts.
Yeah.
Uh,
For those of you who
so
don't know, I mean, the reason why we have to do this online is because Mark's in another country.
Portugal, little boy. Um, right now, anyway.
Mm.
Yeah. So okay, agenda, dude. Let me just pull it up. Here's what we're looking at: new music, new track come out, two new tracks, and then we got Novocaine out in America. We kind of already touched on that last time, but
Mm.
we're now actually getting feedback, which is nice. Um, what is one of the tracks about? Who do I talk to? And then this live performance thing, which we've been mulling on. So,
Yeah.
new music, baby. Tell me about it.
Yeah. We have put out the latest single from Planet Weekend, which is What I Want to Hear, which came out on Tuesday. And it's, you guys have been listening to it. It's great. We've had lots of nice feedback.
I love the video. The Seals
Yeah.
is great.
The Seals. Um,
Seals falling in love. What could be better?
I was thinking I might make, like, when I made this little comic book with like tarot cards yesterday. It was like, tell me what I want to hear. I was thinking of different fun things I could make, like an 8 ball that you shake. It's like that thing of like, tell me what I want to hear.
Mm.
So I might make some like animations of that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
Abel's good.
Mm.
Abel's really fun. Oh my god, I used to have one of those as a kid. The 8 ball, and it was like, and it would always say, "Something is going to happen."
Don't count on it.
Obs.
Um, so maybe
That's
I'll
good.
make an 8 ball, and the answers can all just be like insane things.
I think that's really fun. It's kind of like the silly egg one, kind of in that world of like
Yeah, yeah.
I could see
The 8 ball.
peeps liking that. Yeah, that's fun and also very repeatable. Um,
Yeah, and
the
then also the B side was an album track called "Who Do I Talk to Make a Complaint," which is kind of like, I guess, a kind of like, what the fuck am I doing with my life song.
yeah, it is
And
that to me
who do I talk to
to complain about
make
that.
a complaint? Um,
I remember when you sent the demo on the little Spanish guitar and the opening line, we were just tripping Dragon Ball Z. I was like, I don't know what it means, but I love it.
yeah, okay, so that's interesting because I don't think anyone really picks up. In my mind, I was like, we were tripping balls, so it's like we're tripping Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah, nice.
and
That was
then I
good.
had some other wordplay lyric which maybe didn't even make the cut, so it was like, no, it's just some weird cryptic lyric, but
John
kind
the
of
Baptist.
nostalgic thing, like watching Dragon Ball Z, and then
Mm.
suddenly you blink and you're 30.
Oh God, it's true.
But
um, yeah,
yeah,
that
so listen
it's
to that
really
one.
nice.
Bit of a
It's really
deep
nice, very emotional. I think
dive.
'cause when we were doing that, we did the version which we tried to make it like really fat and like huge,
Mm.
and then this more emotional version, which I really like your voice when it's more emotional and like
We had like a huge,
elegant.
we had like huge synths and stuff going crazy and coming in and being like a big bombastic track, and then we just deleted all of that and it just left it as the pretty much vocal and guitar. But then there's that
I think
weird bit
it's
at
fun
the end
though.
that's like left over when it just goes like.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's fun though when you do that with song. I mean, it's such a fucking headache when you're like, okay, it's going to be this, and then you make it that, and you're like, it shouldn't be that.
You're
There's
like,
just some
oh,
sort of disconnect, and then when you just it wants to be this song which is a bit like more emotional and just like solo performance vibe.
hmm.
And I think it's actually maybe my fave of the deep cuts on the album. I would say, other than maybe Spit, but that's not out yet. So, is the track
Yeah,
listing even available? Don't know
the
if I'm allowed to say
slower,
that.
the slower,
Yeah, but yeah.
yeah. On the, I think all the tracks are on the countdown page. Like you can see that Spit's on there.
Okay,
Um,
wicked.
another,
Perfect.
another sort of slow.
Sorry, Alan.
um, all
Nice.
right, next.
Um. Okay. Well, Novocaine. So some people are now actually seeing it in the cinema. Someone sent us
Oh
a
yeah,
very sweet message. I'm going to read it out because I liked it when I saw it.
who sent the
She
message?
said, "No, I'm not going to call her out.
Call them
Let's
out.
call her out.
Cut
Let's
them
call
out.
them out. Nikki Arcadia, Royal Weeb on Instagram. Um, she said, just heard this. Oh, just heard this is gonna hurt in Novocaine, and my jaw dropped. Big slay. Slay all day, dude.
Big
Which is
slow.
cool. It's fun that someone, yeah, it's fun when you have a band which you think is kind of tiny, like we are. Small band that then, yeah, gets, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Suddenly hear
cool.
them in like in a shop or something. You're like,
Yeah, it's fun.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's very nice. But I don't know when it comes out in the UK. I
I
actually
think the
don't know.
end of this in like 8 days or something from now. 7 days
Sick.
ish.
So then we can watch it. Um,
Yeah.
Probably comes out in Portugal in like a year, maybe not. Who knows?
No, I think it's
Um,
Europe wide.
oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Um, okay, that's pretty cool. That's movie time for us. And then we've got yeah, the live performance stuff. So we're doing. I'm flying back to England next week, and we're doing four live performances, but filmed live performances, which would be fun. But what I was saying to Charlie was, what I was saying to you was, wait, who am I? That's good. What I was saying was we should do, but because the deep cuts are so freaking good, we should film basically these like up
Some of the
close and
slower
personal.
tracks don't get like
Yeah, just to get across like the emotion of these songs. And yes, there won't be like full band, but I think there's something too. If we can find that one that I referenced, that Flight one with Flight, that band in the tunnel
harmonies and stuff.
singing the
Yeah, and
score
there's the
is
medium build guy
so
who
good.
does those nice like things where he's just out and about and then they film him and he's singing like it's like for those more emotional sort of like um
Yeah,
vocal led, well, just like kind of singer songwritery tracks.
yeah. I
Mm.
really think it'd be worth trying to capture something like that.
It's
Um,
difficult because it's
well,
like I want to make those like live content and like we did it for a few tracks last year or whatever, a couple little acoustic videos, but it's like a lot of our songs are so led by like beat and rhythm and like
mm,
fun sounds that not all the tracks lend themselves to it, but I want to figure out a
yeah,
way to do it because it's fun to. I used to just watch like my favorite artists like performing live acoustically, and
mm.
I used to love those videos specifically.
I used to love the Nirvana Unplugged
Mm,
album when I was younger. I used to watch that video all the time. Um, but
yeah,
I think we'll be able to do something cool, and we could even use.
you
Yeah, I
see
just don't know. We
like
just got to
artists
find.
who are doing like they're like live streaming their entire music process, and it's like
Wow.
the problem I find with like say I'm writing a song. I've written a few things. I'm like, oh, these are sick. It would be great to make a cartoon like if I was abducted by aliens or something that we made and we put online, and then because it was received well and people really liked the characters and the story and everything, it then sort of became part of the campaign and built on that. We built on it around it,
Mm.
Whereas if you did that now because of the Planet Weekend campaign, if I did that with like a new song that didn't fit the campaign, and it suddenly like went viral or something, you'd be a bit like, fuck, like this has nothing to do with it. So it's almost like
You have to wait.
yeah, you kind of have to like park content, which feels weird in this day and age when like everything is so momentum based, social media wise.
I know what you mean. There is something to be said for like, fuck it, just chuck it up. Because like if
Roll
you've
with
got
the
something
punches.
and it feels nice and you've got it, but it does then dilute the thing which is meant to be the focus,
Yeah,
and
I
that's just the
mean,
annoying thing of being an artist. I think
I
with its
guess
like timeline.
yeah, timeline it gets in the way of like spontaneity.
But I'm
Um,
sure everyone has that. It's like everyone who makes an album and releases it is probably like been sitting on it
then maybe
for
you should be just
12
doing
months.
everything, and you keep your track, but you do everything because like the chances of anything actually working is so slim anyway. Like most of the
Well, it
things
depends
have
what you mean. Like, yeah,
zero views.
I mean, I know if you just mean in terms of like just getting loads of views and people actually hearing the song, then yeah, the argument is to just stack off during an album, just make a fucking song a day, chuck it up, and
Mm.
just like as long as you're happy and you think it's a good level. But actually, there's something really like remember before we did the albums, we used to get so hung up, and it'd be like too hung up on on like an individual song. There's something really beautiful and nice about the process of being able to do an album
Mm.
and like to go away and think about it under this like
Yeah,
umbrella.
and I guess that
Um,
like do songs like "Who Do I Talk to Make a Complaint," like which isn't a single, it's more of like a deep cut. But if you were
deep.
just doing song a day, I don't know. Maybe you would. Maybe it would be. You'd come up with some weird
Man,
shit.
some of the songs that pop up on the old internet are like just like slow, super emotional stuff.
You
Um,
could do everything. You could do everything and see what sticks.
Everything at once.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Yeah, so I think we should just try and capture some live thing. We'll see how that goes. It'll be fun to do. Um, but yeah, that actually is the end of our agenda, my dude. You have anything else to add? Doing anything nice today?
Mm, the only thing I'd add is that they found out that dark energy isn't
Here
a
we fucking go.
cosmological constant. They thought dark energy was a cosmological constant, and now they're starting to think that maybe it's not, and it's actually dynamic, which would mean potentially, in layman's terms, would mean that that the universe could collapse in on itself
Thank God.
rather than like a heat death where everything just spreads out forever, and we eventually become everything just becomes cool. It could all bounce back. It's pretty weird.
And I want to add to that. When you're cooking your bean casserole,
Yeah,
if you want that real nice flavor,
yeah.
I mean that nice flavor of rosemary, the trick is to season the rosemary and actually leave it in oil for a bit before you put it in your food.
That's crazy.
That's a good combination of facts combined.
Yeah, yeah. There's something that's the fun thing about life. Those things. Oh fuck it. Right.
All right. Big love, dude.
All it.
And happy lunchtime. See you soon.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.